Hello, my name is Sue Southern, and my work is with the energy of people and nature and the connections with science. There are many laws of nature and science, but one in particular struck a chord with me about how it relates to the way we live our lives. So I wanted to share my thoughts on the subject, and I've called this Catch My Drift. The law of sensitive dependency on initial conditions is the science behind key decisions when navigating. In air navigation, there is the 1 in 60 rule of thumb, which states that for every 1 degree a plane veers off course, it misses its target destination by 1 mile for every 60 miles flown. This means that the further you travel, the further you deviate from your intended destination. Take the example of an aeroplane departing for a cross-Atlantic destination. Just a 1 degree variance in the bearing that is set will be enough to take the aircraft dramatically off course from the intended port of arrival. The consequences of this could be considerable disruption in the lives of each individual on board. For the destination airport and the flight schedules and in addition, the amount of fuel the aircraft is carrying is highly likely to be insufficient for the extra miles travelled, and there is nothing but open sea below. All of us can be affected by the same law of science, and this inspired me to relate the sensitive dependency on initial conditions to what happens in our own journey through life. By taking the example of a flight as an analogy and applying it to yourself, to your life, we can gain some insight about what does and doesn't go well for you. In this example, the initial conditions were set when you were first born. Then each time something in your life has gone adrift, or put another way, your life failed to flow beautifully, it's a signpost that a sensitive dependency on the initial condition has gone off course. The impact of our lives when a seemingly small incident occurs, like a 1 degree variation, can create a profound effect as your life path progresses. For instance, perhaps you were bitten by a dog, which made you afraid of getting close to other dogs. The event has set up a sensitive dependency in your approach to life as it's traveling along, because you'll now take different paths to avoid dogs. Harboring a fear can, over time, result in a profound drift away from your soul's purpose. With each fear or other sensitive dependency, we drift further from the possibility of achieving what we want or need to in this life. There can be many fears and other emotions or events that also have the ability to deviate you from your course. How many of these sensitive dependencies on the initial conditions have you accumulated in your life? The subject of relationships is one of the biggest areas in our lives. All the daily, weekly, monthly, annual interactions with other people in your life can not only create sensitive dependencies, but also be influenced by them. A harsh word, a denial of something wanted, being left alone to cry when a loving cuddle was needed, sent away from the family care into hands of others where love and/or understanding was absent. This may include boarding school or strict religious education. Being given away as a baby or a child for adoption due to birth parents' own sensitive dependencies that made them feel unable to cope with the child in their lives. Criticism is a cruel method of communication which can create significant sensitivities which will cause further drift away from fulfilling your potential. When others, perhaps a parent, teacher, or someone you thought of as a friend, told you that you are not good enough, that you'll never amount to much in your life, or that you are too something, such as too tall or short, too skinny or fat, too dark or pale, too cheerful or gloomy, too fastidious or carefree, too dumb or too clever. Someone who criticizes others with their endless flow of sharp comments says more about their own accumulation of sensitive dependencies than it does about you. No one who spends their time criticizing others can be a happy person. Relationships with your parents, adoptive parents, guardians, siblings, half brothers and sisters, with yourself, wider family, friends, teachers, colleagues, clients, brief acquaintances, or your romantic partner. How is the relationship with each of your children? All of these can lead to other topics, such as worries about money or the intimate side of relationships. It can be from these interactions or the lack of them that show you the clues that you have an opportunity to make an adjustment. Think then of the power in correcting that 1 degree variation every time you detect that something has gone adrift in your life. It brings a whole new relevance to the saying, catch my drift. And that's what I want to explain now. Imagine a sphere of energy, your energy, like a globe, but see it with an access bar from top to bottom and relate it to a clock. So this is an alarm clock. The long hand represents the minutes, the shorter hand is for hours. The clock hands represent the passage of time in your life that you've been traveling off course due to the sensitive dependencies on the initial conditions. Notice how the hands look like signposts. There is a third hand, in the case of this clock, illustrated with the arm that's used to set the alarm. And for this illustration, that's going to represent that it's pointing at your soul's journey, that destination that will help you grow and expand your potential. So if the hands are out of alignment with your natural purpose, you are likely to be drifting further away and possibly never reaching what you came into your life to achieve. So what other kind of things would allow you to read the signposts and catch your drift, to pull you further towards your life's purpose, that best version of you? The occurrences of being in an unfulfilling career, or the emotions such as fear, grief, anger, self-lack, are only signposts to the learning to release, to let go, to unwind, to be able to veer back to your initial condition. You have always had and will always have countless opportunities to unwind the hand of your energetic clock, to undo the effects of the accumulated situations that have taken you off course. It can take multiple revolutions of the minute hand to create the circumstances for the hour hand to move very far. Yet every revolution creates an improvement, makes something easier, makes symptoms go away, and opens more of your potential. There is a choice that you can make about how you see what you perceive as the negative things in your life. You can choose to notice that they also look like the signposts, which need to be repositioned back to your path of being happy, being fulfilled. Whenever it feels like that your life has gone adrift, see it as a message, as a little nudge, just to get you back on track. Could it be that nothing at work is going your way? Maybe this is your energy telling you that it's not the right job. Is that how it feels? Every adverse situation carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Those seeds are the signposts to show you the direction for getting back on course. By using the power of correcting the drift, it's possible to create a new atmosphere in your life, one filled with love, peace, calm, joy, and happiness, with a beautiful dollop of excitement for everything that is yet to unfold for you. I've spent the last decade working on myself and helping others to do the same for themselves. I've integrated what I've been taught in natural health and developed methods to pinpoint the priority order to release and let go. The improvements I've made have been life-changing. I believe that you are a treasure chest of jewels and gifts that are waiting to be opened. Everyone is gifted, but some people never open their package. You are so significant and more gifted and needed than you may believe. The sooner you start work on catching your drift, the sooner you'll feel the benefits. This form of energy work is more powerful than you may initially realize. The changes that occur in your total self are deep and profound adjustments to your path through life. Just understanding the principle of this creates a positive change in your energy. Things become less stressful. Patience will be more readily found, and interactions with others become more fulfilling. The energy of you is a powerful form of creation. You were born to shine brightly and to glow with vibrant life force and to be your absolute best. When the changes start to happen that correct the drift from your soul's path, the world starts to appear as a more magical place, which of course it is. There is an energetic flow to find when you connect with the metaphysical world, a place of beautiful surprises that will amaze and delight you. If you feel your life is too busy or too occupied for such trivial matters, you may risk missing the opening of your potential at this time around. Wouldn't that be a shame? The amazingness of you is to be celebrated. There is no one else like you. That's how special you are. That's what I wanted to share with you. I hope there's something in that message that's useful to you, and I leave it with you with love. My name's Sue Southern, and thank you for listening.